Okay, we're back for 18. This is the 18th quiz. Bit late putting it on there. I was away for a job interview. My mate offered me a job in taxidermy, but stuff that. I'm going to just stick to my pool down there. Okay, here we go. Same thing. 8 questions. Pause it after the end of the round, and if you want to go back, just scroll back and go over any if you don't know. And the scoring was a bit lower last week. It was in the mid-20s. It was the highest score in the mid-20s. So this is probably going to be the same. At looking about 27 for the high score maybe. Okay, number 1. There's 2 countries in the world where you can't buy Coca-Cola. One is North Korea. What's the other one? Okay, there's 2 countries in the world where you can't buy Coca-Cola. North Korea is one. What's the other one? And number 2. Where is Napoleon buried? Where's Napoleon buried? Country or an island will do, not looking at the actual place. Country or an island will do. Number 3. Where was Alexander the Great born? Where was Alexander the Great born? Number 4. In what country was Marie Curie born? Which country was Marie Curie born? And number 5. Coca-Cola outsells every other brand of soft drinks in all the countries it's sold, except for one. So what country is that? And the drink. Coca-Cola outsells every other brand of soft drinks in all the countries that it's sold in, except for one country. What's a country and what's a brand? Heard that in the wee quiz. Some girl was telling me that in the quiz there on Saturday night in our wee online one. So I've actually took a few questions from that wee quiz. Some good ones. Right, 6. What animal is classed as ovine? Which animal is classed as ovine? And number 7. Which US president initiated the Nuclear Missile Defense Program, SDI, Strategic Defense Initiative, also known as Star Wars? Which US president initiated the Nuclear Defense Missile Program, SDI, Strategic Defense Initiative, known as Star Wars? Who was the president? And the last one in this round. What flour do you get vanilla from? Okay, what flour do you get vanilla from? Okay, go over them questions again if you want, and I'm going to give you the answers to this in 5 or so seconds. Okay, here's the answers. There's 2 countries in the world where you can't buy Coca-Cola. One is North Korea. The other one is Cuba. Cuba. And where is Napoleon buried? I thought it was one of the islands, but it's France. He's actually buried in France. A place called Les Invalides. It's €12 to get in, and then you can get a wee tour where he's buried. Where was Alexander the Great born? He was born in Macedonia. And what country was Marie Curie born? She was born in Poland. Number 5. Coca-Cola outsells every other brand of soft drinks in all the countries that it's sold, except for one. What country is it and what drink? It's Scotland. Iron Brew outsells Coca-Cola in Scotland. Which US president initiated the Nuclear Defense Missile Program, SDI, Strategic Defense Initiative? It's Ronald Reagan. Star Wars, Ronald Reagan. And what flour do you get vanilla from? Orchids. Okay, all them scores up. I'm going to go on to round 2. And that's more TV and film. TV. Number 1. In which film is Jim Carrey's character televised and shown all over the world? In which film is Jim Carrey's character televised and shown all over the world? Number 2. Which TV game show did Nicholas Stewart take over as host in 2012? Which TV show did Nicholas Stewart take over as host in 2012? And 3. What was the name of the prison in the comedy series Porridge? What was the name of the prison in the comedy series Porridge? Here's one. I'm hopefully I'm going to catch you in this. Josie's looks are Coronation Street, so hopefully, I think this was a good question here. That's a good question, this one. In the early episodes of Coronation Street, there was a small church or mission hall. What was the name of it? In the early episodes of Coronation Street, there was a wee church in the street or a wee mission hall. What was the name of that wee mission hall? Number 5. What town was the Angela Lansbury Murder, She Wrote set? Which town was the Angela Lansbury's Murder, She Wrote set? Number 6. Who was the host of the 80s show on TV, Pop Quiz? Who was the host of the 80s TV show on TV, Pop Quiz? Used to like that. Pop Quiz. Okay, Agatha Christie's Mrs. Marple. What is Mrs. Marple's Christian name? In Agatha Christie's Mrs. Marple, what's Mrs. Marple's Christian name? And number 8. Which singer played herself in a few episodes of Absolutely Fabulous, including one where she got dumped into the Thames, the River Thames? Or Thames, is it? Right, which singer played herself in a few episodes of Absolutely Fabulous, including one where she got dumped into the River Thames? Okay, go over them again if you need to go on. Especially that Coronation Street one, if that's a good one. And I'm going to give you the scores out. And which film is Jim Carrey's character televised and shown all over the world? It was The Truman Show. And which game show did Nicholas Stewart take over as host in 2012? Countdown. What was the name of the prison in the comedy series Porridge? It's at HMS Slade. In the early episodes of Coronation Street, there was a small church or mission hall. What was the name of it? I hope I got this all here. It was the Glad Tidings Mission Hall. The Glad Tidings Mission Hall. And what town was it Angela Lansbury's Murder, She Wrote set? Cabot Cove. Who was the host of the 80s show on TV, Pop Quiz? Mike Reid. Agatha Christie's Miss Marple. What is Miss Marple's Christian name? Jane. And which singer played herself in Absolutely Fabulous, including one where she got through into the River Thames? It was Lulu. Okay, all them scores up. And a big shout out to Davey from Lisburn and Carline. The girls down in the Shankle Road Hospice, they're busy. I've seen a couple of people dropping a lot of bags in the other day. And Stevie and Rita, who got a mid-20s score, high 20s I think last week. And Billy Gray, he'll do well in that big round, that TV round. Mustn't Marple on, he likes them ones. Right, here's a wee mixture here. Who invented cat's eyes for motorists in 1934? Who invented cat's eyes for motorists in 1934? Number 2. In 1980, which coin was removed from circulation? In 1980, which coin was removed from circulation? Number 3. Who was the mother of Carrie Fisher? Who was the mother of Carrie Fisher? Another girl acting in Star Wars, no? Princess Leia. Hey, this is a good one. This is a wee challenge to Caroline. No, she likes her celebrities and all. In 1991, who became the first child actor to be paid $1 million for a film? In 1991, who became the first child actor to be paid $1 million for a film? Right, you might get the character's name, or you might get the actor's name, or actresses, whatever you think it is. See if you can get the film too, but I'm not. You can get an extra point. You have a very good if you get the film. Once I said the name, I come off of this film, but it wasn't it? What was the name of the mythological creature who was half man, half bull? What was the name of the mythological creature who was half man and half bull? And a wee clue to Caroline, it wasn't Buffalo Bill. It wasn't Buffalo Bill. Number 6. What was the name of the Coca-Cola drink that came out as a clear coloured diet drink in January of 1993. Didn't last long, I think it lasted 3 years, then they've done away with it. What was the name of the Coca-Cola drink that came out as a clear coloured diet drink in January 93? It was a Coca-Cola product, but instead of the diet, I think it must have been before, was it Diet Coke, was it? But or it wasn't, was it? But they brought out this clear, like a Diet Coke, instead of being like a black colour, it was the clear. What was the name of that drink? It lasted about 3 years. Number 7, how many paintings did Van Gogh sell in his lifetime? How many paintings did Van Gogh sell in his lifetime? Okay, number 8, Terry. Terry was the name of the dog who played Toto in The Wizard of Oz. But what breed of dog was Toto? Okay, you called the dog in real life Terry, and he played Toto. But what was the breed of dog in The Wizard of Oz? What breed of dog was Toto? Let's count them up. Hopefully you'll be in the high, low teens by now to give you a chance of getting in the mid-20s here. Answers. Who invented cat's eyes for motorists in 1934? Percy Shaw. In 1980, which coin was removed from circulation? It was the sixpence. And who was the mother of Carrie Fisher? Debbie Reynolds. In 1991, who became the first child actor to be paid $1 million? It was Macaulay Culkin. In the film, I want to see us in the cinema, and it wasn't Home Alone. It was My Girl. It was for My Girl. A wee girl like that stung by a bee or something. She got allergic reaction, anaphylaxis or something. Died or something. Right. Hope you haven't seen it. I just want to spoil it for you. Right. What was the name of the mythological creature who was half man, half bull? It was the Minotaur. I think a centaur was a horse, wasn't it? The Minotaur was the bull. What was the name of the Coca-Cola drink that came out as a clear coloured diet drink in January of 1983, only lasting a couple of years? It was Tob Clear. Tob Clear. And number 7, how many paintings did Van Gogh sell in his lifetime? He sold one, just the one. And Terry was the name of the dog who played Toto in The Wizard of Oz. And what breed of a dog was Toto? He was a Cairn Terrier. Cairn Terrier. There's a music round or some tough ones here. She's got 5 or 4. She's doing well. Okay, who had a hit in 1978 with The Boy from New York City? Who had a hit in 1978 with The Boy from New York City? Okay, number 2. Which actress who was in EastEnders with the message represented the UK in the Eurovision in 1991 with a message to your heart? Okay, which actress who acted in EastEnders represented the UK in the Eurovision in 1991 with a message to your heart? Now this here one sounds difficult, but if you think about T-Rex songs, there's not many with 4 letters. I only got about 3 last night. And once you write them down, you'll know, well, it can't be that one. There can't be a song bigger than that one. You'll get it. Which T-Rex hit that had 4 words in the title? And each word went on to be a top 20 hit in 75, 77, 83 and 85. Okay. So which T-Rex hit? Four words in the title of the song, and each word in the title of that song went on to be a top 20 hit itself. Say if it was Metal Guru, there'd be a top 20 song called Metal, and then another top 20 song called Guru. So it's a 4-word song, and each word of that song went on to be a top 20 hit itself. Once you get the song, you'll I'm not asking you for the 4 songs, just the T-Rex hit will do. Which 70s group had 2 big hits with Glass of Champagne and Girls, Girls, Girls? Which 70s group had big hits with Glass of Champagne and Girls, Girls, Girls? Number 5. Peter, Paul and Mary sang Leaving on a Jet Plane, but who originally had the hit with it? Peter, Paul and Mary sang Leaving on a Jet Plane, but who originally had the hit with it? at number 6. Which group had hits with Melting Pot and Good Morning Freedom? Melting Pot was 69, Good Morning Freedom was 70, but what was a group that had them hits? Okay, and who has had the most instrumental number ones in the UK? Who has had the most instrumental hits number ones in the UK with 5? Okay, number 8. Darts had a hit in 1977 with their first single. It went to number 6. And Boney M had a hit in 1976, a year before, and it went to number 6 also with their first UK single to chart. I think it was their second hit, but their first single didn't chart, but Boney M's second one got to number 6 also. And it had the same title, but it was 2 completely different songs. What was the title? So Darts had a hit with number 6, went to number 6 with their first single, and Boney M with their second single had their first chart hit. It went to number 6 as well with the same title, but 2 completely different songs. What was the title of the song? Okay, I'm going to pause it and look at the answers out. Who had a hit in 78 with The Boy from New York City? Darts. I thought they were great. And that album, when I bought it, I played it for weeks and weeks. That was a great album, Darts. I just called it Darts. Which actress who was in EastEnders represented the UK in the Eurovision in 1981 with A Message to Your Heart? It was Samantha Womack, formerly known as Samantha Janus. So it was her. Which T-Rex hit had 4 words in the title, and each word had a top 20 hit itself in 75, 77, 83 and 85? It was Solid Gold Easy Action. Solid was Ashford and Simpson, Gold Spandau Ballet, Easy by the Commodores and Action by the Sweet. So it was Solid Gold Easy Action. And which 70s group had 2 big hits with Glass of Champagne and Girls, Girls, Girls? It was Sailor. Peter, Paul and Mary sang Leaving on a Jet Plane. Who originally had the hit with it? It was John Denver. He wrote the song, John Denver. And which group had hits with Melting Pot in 69 and Good Morning Freedom in 70? And I think one of their biggest hits that I like was The Banner Man. I didn't want to give you that, but too easy. It was Blue Mink. And who has had the most instrumentals at number 1? That went to number 1 in the UK with 5 of them. It was The Shadows. And the longest instrumental to stay at number 1, here's another wee one for you. The longest instrumental to stay at number 1 was 9 weeks, but it wasn't The Shadows. Do you know what it was? 9 weeks at number 1 with an instrumental. You wouldn't get that now. You wouldn't get that now. Like. It was Eddie Calvert, Oh Mine Papa. It was 9 weeks at number 1. Darts had a hit in 77, it went to number 6. Boney M had a hit in 76, so it also went to number 6. Had the same title, and the title was Daddy Cool. Daddy Cool. Right on up them scores. We're going on to the last round. Hope to get in the mid-20s. Well, there's some good ones here I came across. If you get the high scores today, it was done very well. Who was the original host of the TV quiz show Ask a Family? Who was the original host of the TV quiz show Ask a Family? Number 2. Who is the oldest former British Prime Minister still living? Who's the oldest British former UK Prime Minister still alive today? And number 3. Which former Manchester City keeper died in the Munich air disaster while working as a reporter for the News of the World? Okay, I was over in Munich reporting on the game, doing the reporting on the game for the News of the World, and he died in the car crash when it took off from Munich when it crashed. Who was that Manchester City goalkeeper who was working as a reporter for the News of the World? Okay, Tommy, Tommy Atkins. Where does the name Tommy Atkins? It's used as a Tommy or Tommy Atkins. So where was that come from? If you get anywhere near it, you can give a point for it, because the answer to this is about 10 lines long. That's the longest one I've done here. Number 5. Who was declared the Sportsman of the Century in 1999 by both the US Sports Illustrated magazine and the BBC? Who was declared the Sportsman of the Century in 1999 by both the US Sports Illustrated magazine and the BBC? Number 6. Which British actor died while filming Ridley Scott's Gladiator? Which British actor died while filming Ridley Scott's Gladiator? And number 7. Which new weapon was introduced in battle in 1916? What new weapon was introduced in battle in 1916? The first time this weapon had been seen, 1916. Okay, still the First World War. What was the nationality of the dancer Mata Hari, shot as a spy in 1917? What was the nationality of the dancer Mata Hari? She was shot as a spy in 1917. What's her nationality? Okay, if you want to go back on some of them, I'm going to give you the answers out now. Who was the original host of the TV quiz show Ask a Family? It was Robert Robinson. Who's the oldest former British Prime Minister still living? John Major. Which former Manchester City keeper died in the Munich air disaster while working as a reporter for the News of the World? Frank Swift. And where did the name Tommy's? Where was Tommy or Tommy Atkins? Right, I had to Google this and see. It was a common belief that the name was chosen by the Duke of Wellington, Arthur Wellesley. He was inspired by the bravery of a soldier at the Battle of Boxtel in 1794. He was badly wounded, and the private said to Wellington, "That's all right, sir, it's all in a day's work," and he died shortly after it, and his name was Tommy Atkins. Also in 1957, a private in the 32nd Foot Regiment in Lucknow, that's in India, isn't it, Lucknow, would not leave his post when he was told to leave it, but he was staying in his post to defend the post, and he was killed. He was Tommy Atkins as well. But in 1815, the War Office publication showed the soldiers how their pocketbook should be filled out, and to give us an example, Private Thomas Atkins, number 6 Troops, 6th Dragoons. In the 1937 version, it was Sergeant Tommy Atkins. So if you read the war, it was a common name used for the war for talking about soldiers. It was Tommy Atkins. Who was declared the Sportsman of the Century in 1989 by both US Sports Illustrated and the BBC? It was Muhammad Ali. And which British actor died while filming Ridley Scott's Gladiator? Oliver Reed. And which new weapon was introduced in battle in 1916? The tank. And what was the nationality of the dancer Mata Hari, shot as a spy in 1917? She was Dutch. Her real name was Margarita Gertrudia McLeod. Mata Hari. Call her Mata Hari. Okay, hope you've done well there. Let me know how you've done if you can. And I'll see you all again next week. I have to go into Tesco's here. So I'll see you soon.